How you doing? My name is Chris Morgani with Iona McGregor Fire Department. Today we're going to be going over the Mayday section of the countywide playbook. The SOG has been revised, simplified with a few big changes. A couple terms I want to hit are Mayday and emergency traffic. So for Mayday, you have a lost, injured, trapped, or missing firefighter that's unable to safely exit the IDLH or life-threatening event, and the situation cannot be resolved in less than 30 seconds. Emergency traffic is the term used to request priority radio traffic. So for operations, it's expected that you have radio silence unless urgent, emergent, or priority benchmark. There will be no more radio channel change during a Mayday operation. Over 90% of Maydays have been found to be resolved by nearby operation crew assisting in the Mayday firefighter's rescue. If you're able to, it's expected that you do so without compromising your operation, and the IC has been notified. As the IC, you want to establish communication and who, what, where with the Mayday firefighter. You want to state over the radio, emergency traffic, clear channel for Mayday. You want to have a presence on the radio that's strong, cool, calm, collected, while utilizing plain talk. When calling a Mayday, you want to state Mayday, 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 followed by who, what, where. You want to repeat this process until it's acknowledged. If not acknowledged, where you can't get through the radio, activate your EIB. Your EIB is your emergency identification button, and when pressed, notifies control that you're having an emergency event. We move from lunar to who, what, where, due to the fact that it's easier to remember during high-stress environments and can be communicated faster. Who's having the emergency, what happened, where are they located. Do not activate your pass device unless instructed to do so. It can hinder radio communications and increase stress. In a new SOG, you're going to come across an acronym that states BOA, which stands for Breathe, Organize, Act. It's stating how you can control your breathing, organize your thoughts and your plans, and act on them. For your breathing, you can utilize a hum technique, which when you exhale, you hum, and it slows your exhale to help control your breathing a little bit better and bring your heart rate down. You can try to utilize box breathing, where you inhale 4 seconds, hold for 4 seconds, exhale for 6, hold for 2. You might see out there's different numbers of how you inhale and exhale, but if you could strive for those numbers that I just told you, it helps to control your breathing and control your heart rate. And the last technique is called the wheel technique, where you have your vibro alert that goes off when your second stage regulator goes on, and that is actually utilizing air. So a way to conserve more air is if you're able to, maybe you're stuck somewhere and you're trying to move and you're able to control the on-off valve of your air bottle, turn it off, and when you go to inhale and breathe, turn it on just before it starts to vibrate on your mask. And that's going to prevent the vibro alert from going off. So every time you inhale, you turn on slowly and then turn off. And that can help conserve some more air for you. If you're in a bad situation and you need to try to help yourself get out, if you can find a hose, try to find a door, a wall, a window. It's been found to help you get to a better area of refuge, or find your way out, or get to a window to get out, window hand. You can call for a ladder. These are just different options that can help get you out of the situation. So if you're in a bad situation and you can't get yourself out, you're waiting on RIT or a rescue team to come get you, you can start to try to package yourself. Don't just sit there and wait for them to come do it to you. Everybody knows the ABC packaging. Check the air, package the belt, package the chest, and then you drag. So you can do your belt, loosen it, you come under and clip it, tighten, incorporate the bottom half, and then you can go ahead and do the whole top half. You can tie a knot right here, or you can cinch down and then come back around and go through the buckle. Okay, a couple little tricks to do. If for some reason you have your own Prusix, you can utilize that as well. You can come through your waist strap. come back through the bottom and back up to a clip. Now you're packaged. Some people have smaller prusik or larger, so if it's too much slack here, you can come across to the other one. Clip it here, takes up slack. Or you can always come through and take up more slack through your straps. If you want to not incorporate the waist strap, you can just come through your whole leg and come up. Clip to here. If you have something that's longer, you can come back through and come over to this one. Okay, so it's just all about taking up slack and utilizing it for the size prusik you have. But when you're clipping it, it's clipped to there, right to the strap. So I incorporated my upper half, my lower half, I'm packaged, I'm ready to go. Somebody can help try to rescue me. Okay? These are just a couple of basic little techniques to try to help get you at the situation a little bit faster. Last ditch effort, if for some reason you run out of air, don't just sit there and just suck the mask to your face. One more thing you can try is to take off your mask mounted regulator, try to get as low as you can under the smoke, and cover your hole of your mask and try to breathe through that. It's not ideal, but it's just something you can try.
Hello everyone, and welcome to Lee Control. My name is Casey Allo. I am the Chief of the Emergency Dispatch Center here.
And I'm Krista Britton, Operations Supervisor for Lee Control.
And today we're going to talk to you a little bit about the Lee Control aspect or side of what happens during a Mayday. So initially a Mayday is going to occur on a fireground operation. Fireground operation meaning a structure fire, brush fire. So we really should have a dispatcher assigned to be monitoring that event and a TAC channel assigned. This is not to be confused with a 1024 activation where there's somebody transporting or somebody on scene that's potentially posing a threat and we need law enforcement on scene immediately. Mayday is more so for fireground operation where a firefighter or somebody assigned to the operation is in distress, they're trapped, they need help, they need rescue. So Mayday can be relayed to Lee Control in two different ways. The first way is obviously if the person in distress calls out Mayday. The second option is by hitting their emergency activation button on their portable. I think it's very important for everyone to understand that Lee Control's duty with monitoring the TAC channel when there's an incident commander on scene is more so for support and to be an extra set of ears. It's not our job to intervene or to step on the incident commander. We're there to fulfill any resource requests and also to be that extra set of ears if something was missed by the IC because he's busy doing multiple other things. So if a Mayday is received, we will first wait to see if the incident commander acknowledges the Mayday. If he does not, Lee Control will intervene and advise incident command of the Mayday and which unit advised it. If it's through an emergency activation button, that information will directly come to Lee Control, and we'll show you guys what that looks like a little later. And it'll beep at all positions, all consoles, very loudly. Every single person that's sitting at a dispatch console will be, it'll be right in their face, audible, visual, that there's an emergency activation from this specific alias. So you want to talk a little bit about what happens after we acknowledge or IC acknowledges the Mayday, what we'll send in CAD?
We'll make sure that IC acknowledges the Mayday. After that, if they have not, we will make sure the IC is aware. After that, we will create an event that will be at a staging location for the Mayday alarm to respond to the incident. It will be on a separate channel, and the chief officer on that Mayday alarm will communicate with the IC on the original TAC channel.
So the recommendation for that Mayday event that Krista was talking about will be for 2 engines, 1 truck, and a battalion chief from the fire side, and also 1 district officer and 1 EMS unit from EMS. The battalion chief assigned to that event will essentially become the staging officer for the staging units assigned, and they will remain on that assigned TAC channel. They will not be switching to the primary attack channel of the Mayday to ensure that emergency communication is held and that there's no confusion on scene with multiple people talking when they shouldn't be. So I think the main focus is that we're going to also assign a dispatcher to work the staging event. So we'll have somebody assigned to that staging event that can relay any information or requests. We'll also have a supervisor assigned to monitor the actual Mayday tactical channel fireground operation scene until the Mayday is rectified. I think it's important for everyone to understand too that Lee Control understands the meaning of emergency traffic only, and for the responders out there in an event that there is a Mayday that occurs to keep traffic to a minimum. Let those that need to be involved and those that need to speak be involved. And Lee Control will be there as a second set of ears to assist in any way possible. So that's pretty much Mayday and emergency activation from the Lee Control side. And then we'll take you inside dispatch to actually show you what an emergency activation sounds like and how everybody responds to it.
If you find yourself in an emergency, call a Mayday if you can. If you can't talk because there's too much radio traffic, press and hold the orange EAB button until it beeps. The button will set off an alert that gets radio priority. The IC and/or Lee Control will announce emergency traffic and ask for radio silence in order for the IC to get Mayday information. To reset the EA button, press and hold for 3 seconds.
Negative accidental activation.
I know. What do you need?